right, so when do we all get back to work? There's a battle royale brewing right now between businesses that are saying they need their people back, and a lot of them have to be there in person, and a push right now within the Biden administration to not force the issue. We've got Scott Martin here, Arnold Democratic strategist, Francis Newton Stacy, Optimal Capital Director of Strategy. Scott, the gist of it is this: if you don't feel safe going back to work, no matter what your boss says, you don't have to. I don't know how the boss is going to feel about that. It will keep jobless numbers high, potentially. So what are you looking at?
Correct. As a boss of a few folks at my firm, God willing, it's tough to deal with, frankly, right now. And I think, Neil, if you look at the unemployment benefits over time, one of the pillars of them is available and looking for work. And if you suddenly take that away, as far as that necessity, I think that takes away the incentive. And then the other point to this, too, is with the vaccine being rolled out, with the government having spent a lot of time and money and effort in getting this thing ready for the mass population, what if somebody just doesn't want to take the vaccine? So therefore, they could be inoculated, they could be available to go back to work, but they're saying, no, I don't want to trust the vaccine, I don't want to take it, therefore I don't want to work. There goes the incentive. And you'll get paid for it if you do that.
And I can understand that, people's anxiety about this, but eventually people do have to go back to work. And if you're anxious about taking a vaccine, of course, you would be a danger to those around you at work. So where are you on this?
Sorry, Neil, did you say my name?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's nice to see everybody again. It's complicated, and it shouldn't be wedged into the traditional binary structure of either you're willing to work or you aren't, or you are willing to take the vaccine or you aren't. There's so many different complicated relationships that employers have with their team, and that employees have with their employers. And it's hard for me not to think about how this conversation would look drastically different if there were federal mandated requirements for everybody to wear masks, or if there was this national movement to make those who are on the front lines, be it in the service industry, in our medical industry, to demonstrate that we as consumers are also prioritizing their safety. Half of American households have somebody living under that roof that has a pre-existing condition. And, I'm not proud of our death rates. I'm not proud of our COVID numbers from a global perspective. So just recognizing it's complicated, and I wouldn't be so quick to sort of compartmentalize whether it's a yay or a nay.
All right. Well, we're not at that point yet. We'll see where it goes. Francis, let me ask you about another issue that's come up, and the pressure under Joe Biden, not from Republicans about this issue of go back to work, don't go back to work, but under stimulus. As you know, he's built into his plan $1,400 stimulus checks, which on top of the $600 already granted gets you to the $2,000 that he had said he would be open to offer. But now progressives are saying it should be more, and by the way, they should be recurring. What do you think of that?
Well, there are pluses and minuses to all things. On the one hand, if you can keep credit markets from faltering because people have enough money to pay off their loans, their debts, their rents, and you can keep, I know there's an eviction moratorium, but if you can keep people from getting too far behind, that's a good thing. But then on the other side of it, we're going to have the fallout from this. And we're going to have to eventually face the debt and the deficits and other things, despite what's going to go on with the virus. So, I think the thing to do is to protect people, make people feel safe, try and provide for people in this crazy pandemic. But then he's going to have to be just as enthusiastic with coming up with a plan to get us out of this mess.
All right, and we're not there yet either, are we? All right, guys, thank you all very, very much. In the meantime, China...